Morning students. In previous video lecture we have seen about AWT package, that means some fundamental things related to AWT package. So AWT package contains several classes for creating GUI applications. So in that already we have seen what are the classes AWT package contains. Mainly AWT package contains these are the classes: AWT event, AWT event multicaster, border layout, button, canvas, card layout, checkbox, checkbox group, checkbox menu item, choice, color, component, container, cursor, dialog, dimension, event, event queue, file dialog, flow layout, font, font matrix, frame, graphics, graphics device, graphics environment, grid bag constraints, grid bag layout, grid layout, image, insets, label, list, media tracker, menu, menu bar, menu component, menu item, menu shortcut, panel, point, polygon, pop-up menu, print job, rectangle, robot, scroll bar, scroll pane, system color, text area, text component, text field, toolkit, window. So these are some important classes that AWT package contains. So all these classes are used to make the graphical user interface applications. So after this we have seen some window fundamentals. Window is nothing but one rectangular area is used for placing some graphical user interface components. So mainly two types of windows we have. Mainly one is frame window, another one is applet window. So already in previous video lecture we have seen how to create the frame window to place the GUI components. So methods related to frame window, mainly two constructors, and for setting the size for frame window, set size, and then for for making the frame window visible, set visible method as true. So all these are we have seen in previous video lecture. In this video lecture we will discuss about graphics class of AWT package. So about this also we have seen while discussing applet programming or about applets. So in that we have used a graphics class with the paint method for making some drawings, like drawing the message by using g.drawstring, for drawing rectangle g.drawrect, so for drawing line g.drawline. So those methods already we discussed in previous video lectures. So once again in this video lecture also we go to see briefly about graphics class. So in that first we will discuss about color class. So for making the colors, Java has the predefined color class. So this color class is by using this color class we can construct the color objects. Mainly this color class has two constructors. The first one takes three integer constants. The first integer constant represent the red color, second integer constant represents the green color, the third integer constant represents the blue color. So any color in the real world is constructed with the combination of red, green and blue. So that's why to make any color we provide the combination of this red, green and blue contributions. So similar to then these values are range from 0 to 255. That integer color constant values ranges from 0 to 255. So 0 means lower range and 255 is higher range. So for example, if you want to make a new color, we need to use new color 255. So that means red contains 255, green contains 100, then blue contains 100. With that, light red color is created. So like that, by giving the different contributions of red, green and blue, we can create any new color. So that is about constructor. Then coming to second constructor, that also takes three parameters, three float type of parameters. First one red, second one green and third one of blue content. So here the values are float values ranges from 0 to 1. So that means we need to give the value from 0 to 1. So some red content, some green content and blue content ranging from 0.0 to 1.0. So by using this we can create the any color. Then we go to see the color class some methods. So in that, suppose in a particular color how much red contribution is there, to know that we have the method get red that returns the red contribution in that color. So like that, get green returns the green contribution in that particular color, get blue returns the blue contribution in that particular color. So int get RGB, this returns the RGB contribution. That means a factored value is returned. To set the color for a particular window or container, we have the method called set color by taking the color value as its parameter. That means if we want to set any color to the container or window, we need to use the method called set color by giving any color constant. Suppose if we want to get the color set for the window, for that also we have the method get color. This returns the color set in that particular context. So we go to see this with an example applet program. So here the first one is applet tag. This is applet tag, applet code equal to color demo, that is class name, then width, applet width, height 200 and end of applet tag. So this we need to place within the comment lines. Then go to define a public class with the name color demo by extending applet. Any user defined applet needs to extend the properties of applet class. This applet class is resided in the package called java.applet.star. So then we go to override the paint method that takes graphics class object as its parameter. Then within the paint method we go to create three color objects as color C1 equal to new color by passing three values: red contribution, green contribution, then blue contribution. The maximum value is 255. So in that 202 red contribution, 146 green contribution, then 20 blue contribution. With these three colors combination, the new color is created, that is indicated by C1. So like that C2 is created with red 110, green 169, blue 107. So like that three color objects are created, three different color objects are created. Then we go to set the color for the coming text drawing or images drawing. So for that we go to set the color as g dot set color. Set color method is used to set the color, is used to set the particular specified color. Here specified color is C1. So C1 is one color object that is created with 202 red, 146 green, 20 blue. So like that we set the color by using this statement. So then we go to draw two lines. So g dot draw line, that is used to draw the line. So for drawing the line we require total 4 values, that is x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. So x1 comma y1 is nothing but that is starting coordinate to the line, and x2 comma y2 is nothing but ending coordinate. So that means suppose if you want to draw the line from this point to this point, this point to this point, so the starting point we need to give some value and ending point we need to give some value. So here the starting point is 0 comma 0, that is upper left corner. So from that point towards x-axis 100 pixels are moved and towards y-axis 100 pixels are moved. So that means the line is drawn like this from this point, starting point, then y towards down. So that's why the line is drawn like this. In the same manner we go to the second line 0 comma 100. So here x coordinate is 0 but y coordinate 100. From that point 100 comma 0. So with this also one line is drawn with the color C1. Then we go to set another color for coming drawings. So here we use g dot set color. So instead of passing this color object, so directly we can mention the color like this also, color dot red or color dot blue, color dot green, like that we can give the color constant. So now we go to draw another line. This line is drawn by using red color because here we set the red color recently. Then we go to execute set color method again by passing C3 color object. So that is this one. So now this line is drawn by using this color. I go to set C2 color by using set color. So now we go to draw a oval and then one draw oval and then fill oval. So draw oval is nothing but that simply draws a oval, unfilled oval, then fill oval, that is filled with some color. So here the color, filled color is C2. We will execute this one. We need to import the AWT package also because the color class is present in AWT package. Now the program is compiled successfully. We go to run by using applet waiver, because this is applet. So like this the things are done. In this this is created by using draw vowel, and this is created by using fill vowel. So fill vowel is nothing but that vowel is filled with the specified color. Then the lines are drawn with specified colors. So this is the program that demonstrates color setting for the drawings. So that is about color class. Now we go to see about font class. So AWT supports multiple type fonts. So about this also, in previous video lecture we have seen one example program. So these are this is the constructor for creating the font object that takes total 3 parameters. First one is font name, second one is font style, third one is font size. So in that, font name is nothing but like dialog, sans serif, times new roman, Arial. So like that is referred as the font name. Font style is nothing but either bold, italic, underlined. So that kind of things are mentioned by using font style. Then font size is nothing but 12, 22. So like that is the font size. Font name is nothing but all these are the font names. Font style is nothing but bold, italic or underline. Then font size, this one. So font object is constructed by taking 3 parameters: font name, font style, and then font size. So we need to give font.plain, font.bold, font.italic like this for font style. Font names are these ones. Font size value ranges from 1 to like this. Okay. So we go to see one example program that demonstrates font object creation. So here applet package is imported, then AWT package is imported, then applet tag, public class fonts demo or fonts extends applet, then paint method. Within the paint method we go to create the font object as font f1 equal to new font by taking total 3 arguments: font name, font style, font dot plain, then font size is 18. Then another font object, font name Courier, font style bold, font size 16. So like that 4 font objects are created like this. Then to set the font for the container or window or the contents of the window, we have the method g.setFont. So g.setFont, here we need to give the font object either f1, f2, f3 or f4 like that. So then we go to draw some string by using g.drawString in the position 10, 30. G.drawString. So what is the message? We go to print Times New Roman plain font, then value some 18. So this is the message we want to print. This message this string is printed by using this F1 font. F1 font is nothing but Times New Roman, plain, and then 18. So this message is displayed from 10, 30th position. Then we go to set another font, that is F2. So then we go to draw another string. This string is printed by using this F2. So like this we created total 4 font objects. By using those 4 font objects we go to display 4 lines of code. So that is about font object. So like this the output, 4 lines with different fonts with different sizes and different styles. So that is about font class. Now we will discuss about AWT controls or AWT components. AWT controls are AWT components. So these components are used to create the GUI applications. These GUI components provides interface to the user. We will see all these GUI components one by one. So in that the first one is labels. So before seeing about these labels, first we will see how to add and remove these components or these controls to the container or window. So to add the AWT component or AWT control to the window, that is either applet window or frame window, we have the method add method. Add, here we need to mention that control name, that AWT control name, that is the particular label object or particular button object or particular list object, like that. So that means which AWT control we want to add to the frame window or applet window, we need to use the method called add method. So add method is used to add the component or control to the windows. So like that we can remove the added component from the window by using the method called remove. So from which component we need to remove, that we need to mention here. From a particular window or particular container we can remove and then component name, which component we want to remove, that we need to mention here. Suppose if you want to remove all the components present in the container, so for that we have the method called remove all. So these are the 3 important methods for adding the component to the container, for removing the component from the container. So now we will discuss about label control. The easiest control to use is a label. A label is an object of type label and it contains a string which it displays. Labels are passive controls, are used to identify some other component on the window. So simply these are the passive controls. These are used to identify as labels to identify some other components on the window. These are not active controls. These components does not provide any interaction to the user. Simply these are passive controls, are used to identify some other components on the windows. So mainly for creating the label controls we have 3 constructors. One is label without any parameters, label with single parameter with single string type of parameter, label with 2 parameters, one is string type of parameter, and then third one is how. So in that the first version creates a blank label. Label is created without any caption or label. The second version creates a label with the specified label as str. Whatever the label or string, here we give with that label, one label object is created. Then coming to third one, label object is created with the specified string and alignment. So here the default alignment is left or left justified. So that means if we create a label object, by using this string type of by giving this string, one label object is created, then that label is left justified by default. Suppose if you want to mention the justification explicitly, we need to give the second parameter. That justification is either left, right or center. So these are the three constructors we have to create the label objects. Suppose if I create a label object by using this first constructor, after some time if we want to add the text, for that purpose we have the method called setText method. That means this is used to set the text, or this is used to modify the existing text. Suppose if you want to know what is the text that particular label contains, for that also we have the method getText. So we can set the alignment also if we use first and second constructors. Suppose what is the alignment set for that particular label, we have the method called getAlignment. So these are the constructors and methods related to label class. Now we go to see the demonstration of this label. First we will see one frame window by adding some labels. So in previous video lecture already we have seen how to create the frame window. So for that first we need to import AWT package, because this frame class is resided in AWT package. So we go to create a user defined frame class frame1 extends frame. So any user defined frame needs to take the properties from predefined frame class. So that's why I created the class as class frame1 extends frame. Then we go to write the constructor for our user defined frame. Then within this constructor we go to perform some initializations. So in that, the first one we go to set the title for that window by using setTitle method as label demo. Then we need to set the sizes for the frame window, 250 pixels width and 450 pixels height. For that we use the method setSize. So setSize method is used to set the size for the frame window, width in pixels and height in pixels. Suppose this is the frame window, this is the width of this window and this is the height of this window. So for our frame window also we need to set the width and then height. Then to make that frame window visible to the user, we need to execute setVisible method by passing true as its parameter. So after that, for arranging the components on the frame window in some order, we need to set the layout. In detail about this layout or layout manager we will see later. So in this particular example, I go to set the flow layout manager for this window by using setLayout method. This flow layout manager arranges the components from left to right and top to bottom. So simply that arranges the components on the window starting from left and moves towards to right. Whenever the right end is over, then that moves to downwards. So this kind of arrangement is performed by the flow layout manager. So that's why here we use flow layout manager. So after that I go to create two label objects. How to create the label object? By using label class label L1 equal to new label by passing the string. So here we use second constructor. Total for creating the label or label objects we have three constructors. In that here I used second constructor that takes only string type of value as its argument. In this example the label is by default left justified. Then second label is also created with the label 2. So after creating the two labels we need to add these labels to our created frame window by using the method add. So first we add L1, after that we add L2. So these components are added in order from left to right because here we use flow layout. Then I go to write the client class that contains the main method. Here I go to create the object for our created user defined frame, that is frame 1. Frame 1 f equal to new frame 1. So with this one frame window is created with two labels. So we will see how to execute this program. So first we need to compile Java C frame1.java. Sorry. So here the file name is label demo. Label demo.java. So program is successfully compiled. Then we go to run. So because this is application, Java application, we need to execute this by using Java interpreter, that is Java. So like this one frame window is created. This is the frame window. This is created with 250 pixels. 250 pixels width. This is 250 pixels width and 450 pixels height. This is the height of window. Then title is, that is label demo. Here we set like this. Then to make visible this window we execute set visible. Then we use flow layout manager that arranges the components from left to right. Then we add only two labels with the captions 1 and then 2. Those two labels are added by using add method like this, 1 and then 2. So this does not provide any interaction to the user because label is passive control, that does not provide any interaction to the user. That simply is used to identify some other component on the window, that acts as a label for identifying some other component. So this is the program that demonstrates labels. Then we go to see the same type of program by using applet. The previous one is frame window creation. This is application because that contains main method. We go to create an applet that does not contain main method. So instead of that, here for initialization purpose we use init method. So here two packages are imported, AWT package and then applet package. We go to create a public class with the name label demo 1. So same program as we have seen previously with the frames. Label demo 1 extends applet. So here frame 1 extends frame. So here the same thing, label demo 1 extends applet. So then here we use init method, here we use constructor. So constructor is meant for initialization, the init method is also meant for initialization. So here we go to create the label objects, total 3 label objects as 1, 2, 3. by using the second constructor. So after that we go to add the components in order: add 1, add 2, add 3. So here no need to mention the window size, because we mention the applet window size in applet tag, width equal to 300 and height equal to 200, like this. Whereas in frame we need to set the frame size like this by using the method set size. So here no need to set the layout manager. The default layout manager for applet is flow layout, so that's why we didn't set the layout manager. So by default flow layout manager arranges these components from left to right and top to bottom. Now we go to execute this one also. Label demo 1. Program is successfully compiled. Then we need to run, because this is applet. We need to run this with applet viewer. Label demo 1 dot java. So an applet window is created with 300 pixels width and 200 pixels height. So within this total, how many labels are added? 3 labels, 1, 2 and then 3. So like this we can create the label objects, and we can place label objects either on frame window or applet window. So total we have seen 2 programs. One is creating the frame window by placing some label objects. Similar to that, creating the applet window by placing some label objects like this. So the output for this looks like this. Total 3 label objects, 1, 2, 3. These label objects does not provide any interaction or does not give any response to the user clicks. So because these are the passive controls. So that is about labels creation.